Hello everyone, this is Priscilla, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Today we'll see the short story of After 20 Years by O. Henry. First we'll see the author introduction of O. Henry. Is better known as O. Henry. His full name is William Sidney Potter. In 1862 to 1910, known for his wit, wordplay, and clever endings, stories usually take place in 20th century New York City. Possibly his most famous story, The Gift of the Monkey, has been copied and reworked and parodied and retold in countless fashions. Next, we'll see the story of After 20 Years. It is a short and fictional story, well known for its surprising and twist ending, effectively used setting and vivid imagery, told by a limited and third person narrator. Now let us see the analysis of the story. Jimmy Wells, a policeman, is in his routine patrol duty at 10 p.m. in the area, which is a business center, but now the area seems deserted and almost all shops are closed. He sees the man waiting in the doorway of a store. He tells the policeman that he is Bob and he has come from the west and is waiting to meet his old friend. He adds that they had made an agreement 20 years before to meet in the place on the date at that time. He is very sure that his friend would come to meet him. After hearing a story, the policeman leaves and Bobs continues to wait there. After he waited for 20 minutes, a tall man in long cover coat comes and tells him that he is Jimmy Wells. Bob is really pleased to meet him, but he noticed that Jimmy to have grown very tall. Jimmy tells Bob that they will go to some other place where they can talk about their old times. So the friends walk up the street hand in hand. Bob tells him a story and Jimmy listens to him. When they come to a drugstore with the bright lights, Bob stops, releases his hand and tells him Jimmy that he is not his friend. Jimmy Wells, because as 20 years, the shape of his nose will not change. The tall man agrees that he is not Jimmy Wells. He arrested Bob, saying that he is wanted in Chicago. Then he hands him over a note from Jimmy Wells. In short notes, Jimmy Wells moved that he came to the place at the appointed time, but seeing Bob's face, he understands that he is wanted in Chicago. So he has sent another policeman in plain clothes to arrest Bob as he could not arrest his old friend. Now we'll see the style and language. O. Henry sounds as if telling an ominous story, uses dialogue as the primary method of unraveling plot, warmly characterizes both Bob and Jimmy, uses very few similes and metaphors, is usually more direct. Next, imagery and setting. O. Henry paints a dark and abandoned city street at midnight. The shady and dark elements of the setting complement the feeling of uncertainty. The author focuses on his description of Bob, Jimmy Wells, and the stranger so as to focus his audience on these people. Vivid description transport the reader into 20th century New York City. Next, irony and symbol. Irony, situational irony, the very ending of the story is a surprising and unexpected twist. Dramatic irony is if the reader realizes that the stranger is not Jimmy Wells, he or she knows this while Bob himself still does not know. Symbol is diamond, scarfian, and watch with diamond encrusted lid represent dishonest wealth. Public club symbolizes responsibility and duty. And we'll go to the theme. It is difficult to identify one individual theme which the author meant to convey. Here some possible interpretation of the author intended theme: the conflict of honesty and responsibility versus friendship and loyalty. Second, the power of their destiny and fate, and how they can each lead people down different paths. And third, the measure of true success is the rich criminal or the poorer police officer more successful. And we'll see the conclusion. The story ending fills the readers with poignancy when Bob is arrested by another policeman. In spite of the tragic end, the writer makes the story very effective. The end characteristically marks the story of O. Entry. This holds good to the story and after 20 years too. Thank you.